Well, a fine good evening, everyone. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. Today is Monday, February 7, 2022, and I thought I would offer you a book recommendation. Admittedly, I don't feel very well. I didn't go anywhere today, and it was 36 degrees Fahrenheit. You figure 0 equals 32 degrees 32 degrees Fahrenheit equals 0 degrees Celsius. 36 is positively balmy. And this week is supposed to be upper 30s. You know what that means? Snow is gonna be melting. Yay. But tonight I have a book recommendation for you instead. I think you'll enjoy it regardless of the circumstances as to why I'm offering this book recommendation. And this was a gift from a friend for my birthday. I think, what year is this? 2022? I think this is what I meant a gift in 2020. And the book is The Atlas Obscura. And this thing in the middle says, An Explorer's Guide to the World's Hidden Wonders by Joshua Foer, Dylan Thuras, capital Thuras, and Ella Morton. It's a New York Times bestseller, and I'll just read a little bit to you from the flaps. Now, if you're not familiar with hardcover books as opposed to paperback books, on a paperback book, the description will be on the back cover, but on a hardback book, it's on the book flaps. Typically, the front flap, but sometimes it does extend to the back flap as well, like it does here. So let me read you what it says on the flap, and then I'll read you a little bit of some of the excerpts inside. Let's see, quote, inspiring equal parts wonder and wanderlust. Atlas Obscura celebrates over 600 of the most curious and unusual destinations around the globe. Here are natural wonders, the dazzling glowworm caves in New Zealand, or a baobob tree in South Africa that's so large, it has a pub inside where 15 people can drink comfortably. Holy guacamole. Architectural marvels, including the MC Escher-like stepwells in India. Mind-boggling events like the baby jumping festival in Spain, where men dressed as devils vault over rows of squirming infants. I wonder who thought that was a good idea. Not to mention the Great Stalacpipe Organ in Virginia. Turkmenistan's 45-year hole of fire called the Door to Hell, hanging coffins suspended off a cliff face on the Philippines. Eccentric bone museums in Italy, or a weather forecasting invention that was powered by leeches, still on display in Devon, England. You know, this is the kind of stuff that you can't make up, and that's what I love about history. I don't have to make up a single thing. I can just share history with you. More cabinet of curiosities than traditional guidebook, Atlas Obscura revels in the unexpected, the overlooked, the bizarre, and the mysterious. Every page expands our sense of how strange and marvelous the world really is. And with its compelling descriptions, hundreds of photographs, surprising charts, and maps for every region of the world, it is a book you can open anywhere. But with caution, it's almost impossible not to turn the next entry, and the next, and the next. Unquote. Now, when I first read that description over those two flaps, I was thinking, is this going to be like Ripley's Believe It or Not? And it's not. I've read that too. No strangeness there, right? But no, it's not like that. Although it is certainly insane stuff. In fact, I found something in here that I'm going to go visit in the springtime once the snow recedes quite a bit to film for you, because I just thought, this is so interesting, so unusual, so I must go. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Don't want to spoil the surprise. But it is indexed. I mean, it's got pages of index in here, which is fantastic. Absolutely. And the table of contents, I get there. I know the book, by the way, this is copyright 2016. I don't know where my friend got it, but to tell you, you know who bought it for me. So thank you for this. This is fantastic. Oh, and there's a quote in here on the frontispiece by Abraham Joshua Heschel. Quote, "The beginning of our happiness lies in the understanding that life without wonder is not worth living." Unquote. So the contents, there's an introduction. Let's see, Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania, Canada, USA, Latin America, and Antarctica. Then at the end, there's the acknowledgments, index, and photo credits. So in each of these headers, they are, let's see, for Europe, there's Great Britain and Ireland, and then those subheadings, England, Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland. All of these are then alphabetical. So under USA, West Coast, for instance, California, Oregon, Washington. So yeah, all alphabetical. So fascinating stuff. Let's just pick something here. It's got lots of photographs as well as drawings. And we're talking color photographs for those of us of a certain age. It's still a bit wondrous to see full color pictures on a page. I know, just call me old. I mean, there are days when I certainly feel my age. There are days I feel like, twice my age. And other days I just feel pretty young. Let's go do this. Let's go have some fun. Let's go explore. But today was not one of those days. Today was just stay home and rest. Let's see. There is the, just pulling off page 87 here. This is Europe, Eastern Europe, specifically Romania. Did you know, this has nothing to do with this book, but did you know that Romania, the Romanian language is a Romance language? Did you know that? Like French or Spanish, Italian, all Romance languages. Romanian is also a Romance language because the name Romania means province of Rome. That's your trivia of the day. That's true. History is the darndest thing. But let's see. I do need a bit more light, though, in order to read this. Middle-aged eyeballs, don't you know? Oh, that leaves a terrible, terrible thing for you guys, though. All right, I just moved my head a bit. So there is the August von Spiess Museum of Hunting, capital S-P-I-E-S-S. Not sure how to pronounce that name. Glass-eyed animal heads cover the dimly lit walls of this museum, a stark reminder of Romania's appeal to hunters. The country's large bear population is due to the policies of the country's last communist leader, Nicolae Ceausescu, who, after depleting the bear population in his own private reserve, made bear hunting illegal for everyone but himself and a few hand-picked Communist Party members. The measure protected many bears from slaughter, but Ceausescu killed more than his fair share. Driven by a desire to hunt the biggest animals, he had bear cubs captured, fed a hearty diet, and then released back into the wild when they had fattened up. But animals had grown so used to being fed by humans that they died hungry in the wild. Undeterred, Ceausescu switched methods, ordering that the bears be fed raw meat and beaten with sticks to discourage attachment. The resulting aggressive bears were known to attack hikers and cars. One of Ceausescu's largest trophies, a huge brown bear skin and its stuffed paws, is on display at this museum. The bulk of the trophies, however, hail from the 1,000-strong personal collection of Colonel August von Spies, a fellow chaser of Carpathian bears and Romania's royal huntmaster during the 1920s and 30s. I suppose I should have mentioned that some of this, well, if it's Atlas Obscura, it may be tricky. Like the hanging coffins of the Philippines. Let's see. So some of these places may not be appropriate for children. My channel is not actually listed as being for kids, but there's no reason why most of my material wouldn't be fine for them. There's the, in Namibia, this is under Africa, Southern Africa, specifically Namibia, there is the Coleman-Scope Ghost Town. And you've likely seen this on like the History Channel. I remember seeing it, I think there. There was another show, Destination Unknown. I think it was Destination, I think that's right. Anyway, because it's purportedly haunted as well. But, this is in another place I can't pronounce. Luderitz, Karas, capital K-A-R-A-S. My apologies if I'm mispronouncing it. During the 1920s, the desert town of Coleman-Scope was inhabited by hundreds of German diamond miners and boasted a hospital, theater, casino, bowling alley, and gym. Now Coleman-Scope is a ghost town, bleached by the sun and swallowed by sand. The town was built in 1908, following the discovery of diamonds in the area. At the time, Coleman-Scope lay in German southwest Africa, a colony that lasted from 1884 until 1915. That's 1-5. Diamond mining operations were fast and furious until World War I caused a slump in sales. In 1926, a richer source of diamonds was discovered south of Coleman-Scope. The town struggled on for a few more decades before being abandoned for good in 1954. The homes of Coleman-Scope still stand, but their floors are piled with sand, which has begun to reclaim the buildings. Some of the mini dunes are marked with wavy lines, the tracks of snakes that occasionally slither through the sandy halls. I'm not afraid of snakes, but I don't want to be bitten by one either. So anyway, so I'm sure you've seen this on this programs I suggested. Destination Adventure? No, I think it was Destination Unknown. But anyway, some fascinating stuff in here, no doubt. I mean, you can jump around in the book. You can go from the beginning to the end. Whatever you like to do for a book like this, but it's just it's fun stuff for those of us who like that kind of neat things. There is the Cathedral of Junk in Austin, Texas. In Utah, there's Pando the Trembling Giant. What is this? I may as well read this. This is short. This is in Richfield, Utah. So this is under the USA, Four Corners, and the Southwest, specifically Utah. Let's see. In Richfield, though this golden grove of quaking aspens may look like a forest, the whole thing is actually a single organism. Every tree, or stem, technically, is genetically identical, and the whole forest is linked by a single root system. The pando aspens reproduce asexually by sprouting new stems from the root structure. With over 40,000 stems and a total weight of 13 million pounds, approximately 6,000 mt, the pando clonal colony is the heaviest known organism in the world. It's also among the oldest living things on the planet. The root system is an estimated 80,000 years old. By the way, also in here they give you sort of directions. It says 1 mile southwest of Fish Lake on Utah State Route 25. Fish Lake National Forest, Richfield, Utah. They also give you, what are these called? Latitude and longitude degrees. So anyway, it's a fantastic book. It's, how many pages is this thing? The actual material, and not just the index. Back here, acknowledgements. Pages 451 of beautiful, beautiful material. This is the back cover. This is the spine, which would look great on your bookcase like that. I have it standing up in mine, but like that would be better. And of course, the front again. Alrighty, so I can't recommend this book enough. It's just a collection of really interesting things, and then maybe some pinning on a Google map so you can go and take a look-see at these things yourself. If you should go take a look at any of these things, I'd be interested if you wanted to post on my page on Facebook, Traveling for History. You can comment on my website, travelingforhistory.com. You can comment on Instagram, Traveling for History. Do you sense the theme? On Twitter, though, it's Traveling for HI with a number 1. Traveling for High 1. So, talk to me. I'm happy to chat. I comment regularly, usually pretty quickly, because I often have my phone in my hand. So, again, appreciate you watching my video. If you're enjoying my content, I would encourage you to subscribe and then click on the notifications bell. You'll be notified every single time I upload a brand spanking shiny new video just for you. So, anyway, thanks so much for tagging along. I appreciate it. Hope to get out tomorrow and film. I've got so many fantastic places. I can hardly wait to show them to you. And in the meantime, this is Patricia, and I am Traveling for History. Until I see you tomorrow, you have a great evening. Thanks for watching. Bye.